4 years ago, I was struggling to lose fat and feel confident in my body. And there are 4 habits that I shifted that allowed me to finally lose the body fat. And I really, truly feel like these 4 habits attribute a lot of my success. So I'm going to be walking you through those today because it has not only helped me, but over 500 of our clients who've been able to lose body fat and feel confident in their body. So that's what we're going to dive into today. Welcome back to the Hot and Healthy Show, the podcast where we cut the excuses, tell the truth, and build the discipline it actually takes to become the hottest and healthiest version of yourself. I'm your host, Maddie Bunker. Let's get into the episode. When I tell y'all I have been through my fitness journey, I have been through all the things. I have tried so many different diets, workout plans, quick fixes, all the things, and struggled for years to lose the body fat after my sport ended. And I learned a lot in that process. And so the reason that I do this podcast, the reason I post on social media, and the reason that I coach women is because it's so frustrating to not be able to lose fat and to be trying everything and not see results. And so I came up with 4 things that I truly think made the difference for me. And they're not just like the basic eat more protein and work out more and eat less and move more. Because, okay, we can all hear that, but we actually need to change our habits and our lifestyle. And once you do that, once you embody the type of person who loses the weight, the type of person who's already gone through the weight loss journey, who's already confident, that's when you truly see those changes. It's not just about eating less and moving more. It's about becoming the person who is fit, the person who is confident, and you truly have to have an identity shift. So let's dive into the 4 habits that is going to help you finally lose body fat. Number 1, I stopped negotiating with myself. I see this all the time with women, and it was something that I did. Oh, I don't need to go to the gym today. I'll go tomorrow. I promise I'll start tomorrow. Oh, you know what? I know this brownie doesn't fit into my calorie deficit, but I'll start over tomorrow. I'll restrict myself. I'll get into it tomorrow. You're always making excuses for yourself and negotiating with yourself. Now I'm at the point where it's not even a question. I'm going to the gym no matter what. I'm getting my steps in no matter what. I'm not negotiating with myself. And I see most people, they wake up and they're like, okay, I hope I'm going to make it to the gym. We'll see if I feel like it after work. Maybe I'll make it. I really want to eat healthy today. It's not even a question. It's not an option. It's like brushing your teeth. You just wake up and you do it. It's not even a thought, right? You're not like, do I feel motivated to brush my teeth today? No, you just do it. Same thing with the gym. Same thing with eating healthy. It's just something that you do because you are that type of person. So you have to stop deciding if you feel like it. You have to stop asking yourself if you want to. And you also have to stop deciding in the moment what you're going to do. Your feelings do not dictate your actions. You have an action plan and you do it whether you feel like it or not. And I know that sucks. This isn't this like sexy pill or sexy thing that's going to get you to your goals, but you absolutely have to adopt this mentality and this habit, or else you're transparently never going to be successful. It's not a choice. It's a non-negotiable. Going to the gym 4 times per week, put it in your calendar like a meeting with your boss. Number 2, I got really boring. People expect it to be glamorous and sexy and fun and all these fancy workouts and these new clothes all the time and this new recipe that I'm trying. And that can be fun. And if that motivates you and you're able to do that, awesome. But the basics really do work. People are constantly looking for the newest workout routine, the newest diet, the newest pill, the newest peptide that is going to work for them. And those things are great. Like, don't get me wrong. Supplements are awesome. A diet that you enjoy is great. A Pilates workout is fun. I go to Pilates once a week for fun. But the basics is what is going to get you to your goals. Not a magic supplement, not a magic pill. And I know it sounds fun in the moment to think like, oh, I'm going to do this diet for 6 weeks and then get to my goals. Oh, I'm going to take this peptide and it's going to help me lose the fat. Maybe for a time, but do you want to lose weight or do you want to lose body fat and keep it off? And that is the biggest difference right there. If you want to be someone who is fit, loses the weight and keeps it off, you're gonna have to do the basics. You can't keep jumping from diet to diet and quick fix to quick fix. The best diet is the one that you can stick to. So if you think you can eat keto for the rest of your life, all power to you. But I know I sure as hell could not. So you're going to have to find a diet that works for you. And that's why with our clients, we take a flexible dieting approach and teach you how to be able to eat your favorite foods in moderation, eat a cookie and move on, and have it be able to still fit into your quote unquote diet and nutrition of the day so you can still reach your goals while eating your favorite foods. And things that actually started working for me was having the same breakfast and lunch on rotation, the same training split, the same grocery list, same routines. And this helps because I had less decision fatigue, more adherence, and fewer emotional choices. And honestly, sometimes I didn't want to eat a certain meal, but it was going to help me with my goals. And so I had to think to myself, would I rather not eat this and find something indulgent and enjoy it in the moment? Or would I really rather get to my end goal and maybe suffer through this meal? And I'm not saying that you have to eat meals that you hate. You absolutely don't. But just sometimes I'm not in the mood for the meal prep, but it's just the easiest thing. There's less decisions and it just helps me stay consistent. So you are sometimes going to have to do things that you don't want to do. You're going to have to do the boring work because that's what works. I also want to emphasize that freedom comes from having more structure, not less. So, to put this to play, I want today for you to start finding a few meals that you enjoy, that keep you on track, and repeat those over and over again. And then lock in on one training program and stick to it. If you're jumping from program to program, workout to workout, it's going to be really hard to get toned, to get the physique that you want to because you're not progressing in the right direction in one workout plan. And that's truly how you're successful and build muscle. And it's so much easier to stay consistent when you have a plan that you're following. And then number 3 is remove any unnecessary variety or decisions. Of course, you're going to have that, but the easiest and the simplest that you can make it, the better. Habit number 3 is I stopped letting one off choice turn into a spiral. The all or nothing mindset is killing your fat loss. I literally used to let one meal destroy an entire weekend or an entire week, and that just makes no sense. If you get a flat tire, you're just gonna fix the tire. You're not going to slash all other 3 tires, are you? That makes no sense, right? If you spill a little bit of water on your shirt, you're not going to just dump out the whole cup because you already spilled a little. That doesn't make any sense. So it doesn't make sense if you quote unquote mess up one meal because one meal is not going to destroy your progress, but falling off track every single weekend will. I promise you that. You are going to mess up. You are not going to be perfect, but the only way that you're going to progress is if you move on right in the moment. One bad meal should not turn into a whole weekend and then you start over every single Monday or a week or 2. I always say don't miss 2 days in a row. If you miss the gym, fine, whatever, get back to it the next day. If you miss your steps today, no big deal, whatever. Do not let tomorrow have that happen because a day turns into 2, turns into 3, and then it's now your new habit. So just do not let one day turn into a week. And habit number 4 is I started looking at food as fuel rather than good and bad. I ate to perform well rather than try and be as little as possible. And I know it sounds cheesy, but food to me is not an emotional thing. I don't tie emotions to it. It's just something that fuels me and gives me energy. Once I had control around food, I was able to lose weight because I wasn't binging. It's hard for you to stay on track because you're trying to eat as little as possible. You trying to starve yourself and cut out all these foods and then binging and then restricting is going to make weight loss impossible. And I know this because I've been there where I tell myself, oh, I'm not going to eat that food. I'm not going to eat that food. I'm not going to eat that food. And then I'm constantly thinking about it. And then whenever I get presented that food, I'm going to binge on it and then I'm going to restrict and the cycle continues. You have to end that cycle with the restriction. If you binge or if you overeat one day, no big deal. Get back on track the next day, just like habit number 3. But you cannot let food have a control over you. And if you constantly have food noise, if you're struggling with binge eating, there's a few different reasons behind it. The number 1 reason that I see most commonly is you're just not eating enough food for your body. So of course you're going to be starving. Of course you're always going to think about food. And of course you're going to binge because your body is literally telling you you need more fuel. You need more calories. And so making sure you're eating enough food
And with that, of course, enough protein and fiber to keep you satiated. That right there is going to lower the food noise a ton. And then, of course, there's other reasons that you might have food noise, that's something deep, internal, emotionally coming up. You're tying labels to certain foods, you're tying emotion to certain foods, which is something that we'll have to dive deep with one on one because there's only so much I could talk about on this podcast episode. But if you struggle with your relationship with food, it's not going to just magically go away unless you do something to fix it. And there's so many different nuances and reasons that you could be struggling with that. And so if you are struggling with your relationship with food, please message me on Instagram because that is something I'm the most passionate about helping women with, because I know how debilitating it is and how it just feels like you're in a mental prison when you're constantly thinking about food. None of these habits worked because it was extreme. They actually worked because it wasn't extreme, because it was sustainable. It was something that I could stick to. And these habits is what actually made me be able to lose the weight and keep it off this time, because I wasn't looking for the quick fix. I wasn't looking for something that I can do for a short amount of time. I was looking for something that I could do for the rest of my life, that I could make a lifestyle and that I actually enjoyed and I could be consistent with forever. Fat loss finally happened for me when I stopped trying to do so many things at once and I tried to just be consistent with the little things and build on top of that. You cannot go from 0 to 100 because then you're going to go back to 0. But if you go to 0, from 0 to 10 and then 20 and then 30, eventually you're at your 100 and you're able to stick to it long term. If you take anything from this episode, let it be this. Fat loss is not about punishing your body or perfection. It's about structure, follow through, and trusting yourself. So to summarize the 4 habits, number 1, stop negotiating with yourself every single day. Make a decision beforehand and do not let your feelings dictate your actions. Number 2, the boring shit really works. Stick to the basics. Number 3, stop letting one off choice turn into a spiral. No more of the all or nothing cycle. And number 4, start looking at food as fuel versus labeling it good and bad. Thank you guys so much for listening. If this helped you, please make sure to give the show a rate and review. And if you want more support like this, make sure you're following me on Instagram at Maddie_Bunker. And remember, confidence will not come knocking at your door. Go out and build it.